Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. So today, I'm going to try to be doing some art. Particularly, I want to start working on maybe showing some kind of more sophisticated background for the combat and such. So we're going to play around with that. I don't know how successful I'll be with that, but we will play around. We'll make a fool of myself, I guess. Maybe not, but potentially. And that's basically what we're going to be doing for the stream. So Alchemortis is available for wishlisting. The playtest just got approved this morning, so that means that I can go live with the playtest whenever I'm ready, which will probably be another week or a week and a half or so. So yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, you can wishlist it now. It's the first line in the description below. And I also have my Udemy courses. This one is the Create a Complete Online Co-op Multiplayer Game in Godot 4. This teaches you all of the Godot high-level networking tools that you need to know to build up online cooperative multiplayer game. So if you're interested in that, the link for this is in the description below. I also have my other courses available, so if you're not interested in multiplayer, there may be a course that you are interested in. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, let's say hello to everyone. Hello, Sam Studio, welcome back. First, Adam was 0th, so he beat you. Hello, Rookie Tookie, welcome back. Good morning to you, Adam, by the way. All right, so yeah, how are we going to do this? I wanted to do some fog of some kind. So if maybe I'll just go into a combat real quick. Might be useful to take a screenshot of the combat and just do some doodling. Kind of get a rough idea of what I want to do. This is not working. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, so we got a combat screen. It's very bare bones here. So I just took a screenshot and we could do some doodling and see maybe what we could do about this. So if I open a file, Alchemortis docs. So here we go. The benefit of my screenshot tool is that it takes a screenshot of the base resolution. So this is a 640 by 360 document, so I can just draw anything on here very easily. Okay, so let's see. So I'm thinking the combat encounter would look something like... I could have some, like, hills in the background. That one might be too steep over there. Something like that. And then, what? This is going to be just like a very rough doodle. But we could have some trees. Maybe some houses. Again, this is just like placeholder stuff. I just want to get a feel for what could be here. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work very well, is it? Whatever, I'll just copy this. Ah, son of a biscuit. I should have done these on a different layer. All right, well, I probably still can, actually. Let's do this. Cut this out, fill that in. Paste this here. Oops. Paste it there. Very nice. Remove that. Are you serious? Oh, I need to... Okay. Okay. Whatever. Something like that. That took way too long. But then what I want to do is... let me think. I don't want to make it too visually complex, but I might... What would it look like if I did this? If I took some... And I just... Again, this is just a sketch. I'm just trying to figure out how to present this without too much effort. I wonder if I should do something along the sides here too. That might be cool. Why do I keep doing that wrong? Almost kind of make it like a vignette, I guess. What I wanted to do is have some fog too, so I would probably get rid of this. Actually, this might be good. Let's see, if I take this, copy that, or cut it, that works too. Rip. I don't know. We could put it up here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Anyway. So I would remove that bottom part and then probably do, I don't know, like some kind of... It'd be nice to have like a swirling fog here. This is going to look really bad, but bear with me. I don't know how to replicate like a noise-based fog with hand drawing, but... Oh my, that looks terrible. But we could do fog here. Wow, that looks terrible. Very cool. And then maybe some like... What I would probably do is have some... Oh, I drew that on the background. This is... Ugh. Well, whatever. It's fine. And then what I would do probably is have another like purple fog, but going over, like animating over these parts. So there's like some more motion here. So essentially I would just take like a fog, a scrolling texture here, maybe in this region here. And so that anything that is black would have like fog rolling over it. And then also the ground would have that too. I don't know if that would work necessarily, but we could try it. I'm trying to make this so that I don't have to do a whole lot of hand drawing of art, because this is a lot of space to fill here. That's a lot of space to fill. So I'm thinking something simple. You have a sky, put some background silhouettes on here, which can change depending on which faction you're fighting. And then, yeah, and then maybe have some fog down here. Might look okay. Any thoughts on any of that? Hello, Emerson. Welcome back. Good morning to you, Chris. Been playing around with Ace Sprite and have found even more things it's missing to be truly great. Oh, like what? Maybe a ruined castle keep like the Necromancer's Hideout in the Hobbit movies? Yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah, a good environmental decoration for sure. Are we rat-free? Yes, indeed. Hello, and by the way, welcome back, V. And Ned, do you like everything in your game, or would you like to add something else? I mean, I like the stuff that's here. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to change and add for sure. But I think what I like is, I think it would be too strong to say that I like everything in my game. What I do like about my game is I like the direction that it's going, which is more important in a lot of ways. When someone puts that much effort into being lazy, I really feel seen as a person, yeah. Hello, RN Genesis, welcome back. It's just a sketch. Bro drew the Mona Lisa. Okay. I don't know about that, but Ace Sprite obviously needs to implement a control plus to reorder layers. Oh yeah. The fog won't block the combat log, right? No, so any UI element will be on top. So yeah. The fog, I could even make the fog go behind the combat widget here. Step 2, draw the rest of the effing out. Hello, Time for Cinema. Welcome back, Meep, and welcome, Wooius. Did you get the logo at different sizes? Yes, I did. Yes, thank you, Clickertail. Thank you, thank you. Sounds like a good idea. Good morning, Ninja Link. Hello, Vicious the End. Bro, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So I really think what's going to be make or break here is the fog. I think this foreground fog is going to be the make or break. I think I can pretty much make this background sky look okay if I just put a little bit more effort into drawing the silhouetted things. So I'm not super worried about how this would turn out. I am worried about how this like foreground fog is going to look. So maybe we'll start with that and we'll see what we can do. I'm trying to think of an appropriate way to do this. What I'll probably do is take a texture that's like this size here. And do some kind of gradient. How am I going to do that? So let's do this. Let's take this. Don't really care what the height is necessarily. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to actually put this in the UI. Take a texture like this. So that's 537 by 157. Okay. What I'm going to need is, let's create a new sprite here. Let's do a 64 by 64, or a new layer rather. That's 32 by 32. Let's do 64 by 60. That's 48 by 48. What am I doing? Well, that's probably a good size. Then what we'll do is we'll take white here, and then we'll go to the gradient. Where's the gradient? We want a radial gradient. with no dithering. That is not correct. Okay, so we do that. Let's duplicate this a couple times. I think that's okay. Okay, so this is my brush. So now on this background layer, I'm gonna fill this in with black here. And what I essentially need to do is I need to take this brush. I'm not totally confident that that has copied it, but I forgot how to create a brush. New brush. Oh yeah, that didn't work. So close. I'm just trying to find the right tolerance so I can get all the pixels. There we go. Okay. So now I can do edit new brush. Okay. Now we don't want this aligned to source, aligned to destination. Okay. So now what I can do, I think, is I will paint in white all of the places where I want the fog to show up. Oh, that's not working. Paintbrush. There we go. That is also not working the way that I was hoping. Okay, let's try a different brush. Just a lot of experimentation today, so bear with me. I'm trying some new things that I've never done before. All right. Dang it, I gotta switch all these colors. This is so... Okay, we're good. Let's just make this like that, and then we'll just... why does this not select all the pixels? I don't understand. Well, I think there's an easy way around this, maybe. No, I don't know. Man, I don't know. That doesn't work. There's got to be an easier way to do this. What in the heck? How do I select all these pixels? Okay, there's probably an easier way to do this. Let's, maybe I could just use the circle marquee here. Okay, that probably will work. New brush. Okay. Maybe I'll put... Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out. Okay. Assets. Environment. What in the heck is this? Oh, that's garbage. Okay. Anyway, let's do fog mask. All right, now time to bring it in. Uh-oh. My Windows has locked up for some reason. What is going on? Hello, Windows. Okay. Jeepers. Multi-trillion-dollar company, everybody. All right, so I think that's fine. What is going on? My windows aren't opening when I select them from the taskbar. That's annoying. My Windows button doesn't... Okay, hold on. I think I might need to... Oh, no. Oh, no. None of these things are working. Okay. What is going on? Nothing is working. Uh-oh. Okay. Are we good now? Jeepers. Hello, Johan. Is the fog going to be a scrolling image, or are you going to use shaders for that fog? It's going to be shaders, yeah. How did you come to such a visual style in this game? Choosing a style for the game seems a bit complicated to me. Well, I started with the color palette, and then a lot of it was just experimenting with the color palette to figure out what works and what doesn't. It wasn't like... It's not something that I think... For me, it can't be decided up front. Like, I don't have that strong of an artistic sense to be like, yep, this is the style I'm going for. It's just like, I just started drawing stuff and the style kind of evolved naturally over time. So I know that's not a very satisfying answer, but it might be helpful, because if you're thinking, man, how do I come up and sit down with a style for my game? It's like, that's not what I did. I just started drawing stuff and just kind of like tweaked it until it got into a state where I enjoyed it. Hello, Eric Grove. Welcome back. That's A Sprite Game Shark. Welcome. Yeah, Microsoft. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Jack. Window. Yeah, I was about to restart Explorer, but I think it's okay now. Simon Stalinag. Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but yeah, I love the artist. I've got a couple of prints, actually, of some of his art on my walls in my living room. In the last stream, my entire laptop froze and I lost a few hours of work. Oh, no. Yeah, that is terrible. Had Godot hang on my PC real bad a few days ago. Explorer.exe is typing hard. Yeah, I think actually it seemed like after I minimized OBS, everything went back to normal. So I think OBS was, for some reason, eating my inputs. That's my best theory anyway. But anyway, it's behind us now. We will forgive Microsoft. So what am I doing? Yeah, in the game UI here, I actually don't know where to put this. So the half container's in here. Where is this environmental art, actually? Oh, it's here. So this environment art, we'll get rid of this for now. And then what we'll do is we'll add Sprite 2D. We're going to take that fog mask texture here. I'll just put this where it's supposed to be. So it doesn't look super pretty right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the shader, basically. Let's environmental foreground fog. So now I got to go into my resources here. Let's find shader. Look at how many shaders I have already. Goodness gracious. Clouds.gd shader. I think this is what I want. So we're going to duplicate this. We're going to try to do this without AI, but environmental foreground fog.gd shader. Okay. So now what are we going to need? We're going to need a noise texture. We don't want to scroll. Sample the main texture with scrolling. We don't want to do that. So this is a mask, so we're going to need to figure that out, but let's just get it working first. So in this environmental fog foreground, we're going to go new material, new shader. No, we're going to load the shader. Okay, we need a new noise texture 2D. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so we'll just leave that as is for now. Let's just put a new noise in here. Perlin. Probably gonna want to make this seamless. 512 by 512 is probably okay. So now this needs to change. We don't want to change the, so call this mask color. We don't care, we don't want the scrolled UV here, so we get rid of this. Okay, calculate the noise. Color is equal to vec4, no, that's not what we want. We want color equals to, let's see, fade.gd shader. We've got color dark purple. We need to copy that. Put this in there. Okay. Final alpha. So we want this to be color dark purple.rgb times I think I can just take this mask color.r. That's not quite right. That's not quite right. I need this to be, so the final alpha's there. I need the masked noise, combined noise, edge mask. Oh, I don't want the edge mask. I think what I want this to be is the mask color. Yeah, there we go. So that's actually a little bit, maybe that's not right. I need the noise sample to change, so maybe we'll get rid of this. Oops. I don't think this is the proper place for this. Combined noise times 0.25 times mask R, or mask color.r. No, I don't want it to be hard pixels there. Wait, this is not going to make a difference, right? Because it's going to be the same. I don't want hard edges here. I want it to fade out the texture. But, I mean, we could just see what this looks like, I suppose, before going too deep on it. I also realize I probably need to update the mask texture a little bit. So let's go here. Let's change the noise a little bit. So it doesn't look much like fog because I think the noise is moving in a bunch of weird directions. Let's see if I can change that real quick. Hmm. I don't know. Couldn't figure out how to brush with dithering. In fact, nowhere could I find anything to paint in dithering, only setting the sprite color mode to indexed and dither option. Interesting, yeah, I haven't tried to do anything like that. I think that's getting closer to the kind of fog that I want. It's not quite there. Quick question, why can't I use node attribute like I always do in storing variable? You need to have my Godot utilities. That's source generators that I created for my purposes. But that Godot utilities library is available on GitHub, on my GitHub. It's not a built-in feature of Godot, which it should be. Feel like I should open a proposal for that. It would be nice too if because the problem with my source generators is that you do need to automatically call wire nodes. Or you do need to call wire nodes in every script that you have in the node attribute. I feel like that could be automated. I wonder, I should look into that. I wonder if I can automate that. So you don't need to call that in your script. That doesn't look terrible for fog, actually. I know you can't see it very well. My face is in the way. I don't think it looks terrible. Let's see what it looks like when we have a combat board in place. I feel like it should go the other way though. Why is it going backwards? Do I need to subtract the UV? There we go. I don't think that looks bad. I think I just need to update the, whatchamacallit? Oh, I closed a sprite. I need to update the fog mask. So we gave it a good shot, but oops, wrong way. I want to save the brush. Okay, let's go through this rigmarole again. Did I do it wrong? Sometimes I'm very confused by what's actually happening in Sprite. Okay, sprite, or no, edit, new brush. Why isn't that working? Oh, I guess I don't need to do that. I don't need to use the circular marquee tool. Okay. New brush. Why is that not working? Am I doing something wrong? I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Okay. One of these days we'll get it. Control B. Why isn't that working? Huh? It's creating a brush, but the brush is terrible. Why did... Oh, I know why. Oh, because I have the symmetry options on, that's why. That's so confusing. Okay, anyway. Here we go. Control B. Nice. Save brush. Let's delete this. Okay, is that working? Anyway. Okay. Now we turn the symmetry back on. Alright, I don't know if that helps, but we'll see. Hello, Neozoid lurking. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Carto. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Mongshav, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Looks good. You like the fog? Seems like it might be moving too fast for fog. We could change that. Son of a bee, yeah. It's time for game dev once again. Welcome back, Jackie Daytona. Some feathering on the edges of the mask might look good. Yeah, I think I need to... I can handle that in the shader, I think. Or maybe it just needs to be feathered harder. But yeah, if it's moving too fast, we can change this. It might need to be more, let's see. That doesn't look terrible. I'm multiplying it by the mask color. Maybe that's not enough. I don't think I need to multiply all these things by mask color, though. I think I can just do that multiplication here for the same effect. Yeah, maybe I just need a softer gradient. Maybe even a manual uneven squiggly edge in the mask. Oh, yeah, that would work. I can try that for sure. So it doesn't look so uniform. See what that does. Just checking my settings here. I wonder, let's just play with some different mask patterns, because I really don't know what this is gonna do. I wonder if I just, instead of painting, if I just did something like this. What is that gonna do? Oh, it did not like that. Well, that's kind of weird. It did not like that. It's kind of an interesting effect, though. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. That was fun though, while it lasted. Oops, I should save that. Boom. For me, you're doing magic with those noise textures today. Thank you. RIP, yeah. Will this game be in the next Steam Next Fest? I don't know, not the next one, no. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. I don't think that looks terrible. I'm just trying to see what it looks like with the combat widget here. Oh, you can't see it that well. My face is in the way again, but that's all right. It certainly adds more visual intrigue. I think maybe I'll just leave it like the way it is right now, and then maybe we can try to add that background sky element here and see what that does. Again, it's going to be a lot of experimentation because I don't know what I'm doing, so you know, we're just experimenting. That's all we're doing. I should probably create a different branch for this. I don't need this. Why did that shader change? I don't understand. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, add environmental foreground fog. Kind of looks like smoke coming off of something. It looks cool with the bubbly look. Maybe you could leave it as a layer below the fog with very low opacity. Oh, well, I can't do opacity. It's a good suggestion, but I can't do opacity. I'm rigidly adhering to the 8 colors I have on my palette. No transparency, no mixing of colors. Had a rough week, can't join the stream, but watch the VODs. Oh, sorry to hear that, Artem, but thanks for hopping in. Hope next week goes better for you. That looks neat. You like it? Yeah, I think it's coming along. We'll just put it together one piece at a time, and we'll see. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have deleted that. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I thought I saved the A sprite of that, but I guess not. We'll just go in again. Grab a screenshot. Let's create a new file, 640 by 3. Actually, I don't need to do that. Let's bring it in. Docs here. Before I do anything else, I'm going to save this as assets, environment, event art, I guess I'll call it. A sprite. Cool. Let's create a combat layer here. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is we've got the combat layer, so I will take 1 pixel away from that. Do something like this, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. And then, yeah, we'll just draw the hills and whatnot. Okay, this over here is a little bit too... There we go. I don't know, we'll see how it works. Oh no, how do I spell silhouette? S-I-L-H-O-U-E-T-T-E. Is that right? Oh, I spelled it right. Nice. Okay. Combat silhouette. So now here's where I would draw a bunch of trees and whatnot. Don't want to spend too much time doing the background elements, but also, where's that environment art? I forgot where that is. Environment, combat environment. Oh, this was an old one that I was doing. Okay, that's not right. I gotta find that guy that's being hanged. Where is he? Okay. It's this one. UI screen. Here we go. Might be able to make use of some of this. Oh, my tolerance is still up. There we go. Might be too big almost, but... And then these need to be filled in. Can actually leave that. That actually might be okay. This here is a mess, so we'll just fill that in. Poor guy. Can we get a Can we get a poor guy in the chat? It's kind of funny. Poor guy, yeah. Could also go with a color that's very similar to the BG, so that's subtle. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. I have a question. I want to try to add debuff effects to your Survivors game course. I think to add effect controllers to enemy scene, and the debuff will be passed to it as an object to it. So debuff object will be passed from hitbox to hurtbox, and then to effects controller. This controller will run timer if duration and ticks timer. Sounds reasonable. Yeah, so I think the typical way that I implement buffs is kind of like that, where you have like a buff receiver component that takes like a standardized buff object or class that's configured with how many ticks and whatnot. A timer, yeah, a timer is fine. The problem is that if it's a continuously running timer, I don't think you want... There's a couple ways to do it. You can have a timer that runs every half a second or every 1/10 of a second, and it will count down the ticks remaining of each buff. I think that's the way I did it in Gunforged, actually. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I think your approach is solid, for sure. Should hide an Easter egg of a double quarter pounder somewhere. Yeah. Hello, Monkey Software. Welcome. Good morning to you. Map, it may be expensive to do time-wise, but it would be neat to have a background image that relates to where you are or what you're fighting. Farmers and fields, priests outside of a church. Yeah, that's the plan. The plan is if this silhouette style works out, then the plan is to create different silhouettes for the different factions that you'll be fighting. So yeah, definitely agree. Poor guy, yeah. Poor guy. I'm home for vacation. Welcome, Edo Makes Games. Welcome back. What happened? I wasn't here for almost 10 days. Lots has happened. Lots has happened. We're getting the game in a good spot. We're getting the game in a good spot. I wonder if there should be like a, I don't know how to draw this, but we could do maybe not so straight. Huh? Oh. I don't know if that looks any good at all, but we're gonna try it. So awkward to draw these things. Wonder if that's too much here. Can I just get rid of that? I think that looks better, actually. I don't know. Something like that. Oh goodness, we still have so much to fill in. And of course there still needs to be like grass everywhere. Maybe we gotta do some bushes. That doesn't look good. Try again. Okay. Is there lore for this game? I don't know. I have to think about that still. Hanging demonetized video. Yeah. No, it's not. It's just it's a training dummy. It's a training dummy that's been hoisted into a convenient place for target practice. That's what it is. Hello, Ben. Welcome back. What was the hangman's crime? Eating a succulent double quarter pounder meal? Oh, maybe. No, let's see. What was the hangman's crime? His crime was... highway robbery. No, horse theft. The hangman said Big Mac is better. Punishment to fit the crime, yeah. I was thinking about making a game where you equip heroes, give them armor, weapon, potions, and based on how good you equip them for a specific boss, you get part of the loot. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Denny FPS. Welcome back to the stream. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Wait, did I welcome you to the stream? Anyway, welcome to the stream. You're welcome, Artem. He's just sleeping. He's just sleeping in a very comfortable vertical hammock. Ugh, I don't want to draw the rest of this. There's so much to draw, but I think there's enough here that we can test before I go too overboard with this. It should be reasonably easy to test this now and see what it looks like in the game. Combat environment. Because remember, I want to put fog over this as well. And so we're going to have to see what that looks like. I mean, I could even... Well, no, I can't. I was going to say, I could even put the sun back in here. But I wonder if I'd had to light, like, shade these things then. Maybe not. Anyway, so we got the combat environment. What am I doing? Let me think. So the convenient thing about this is that I can just put this, actually just offset it. No. Transform 0. All right, let's just take a look at what that looks like in game. If you brought back a dead female horse, would it be a necro? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, what happened? Where's my button? Oh, it's there. It's just, oh, I see. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. I also can't see the skip. So we got some layering issues that need to be resolved. Trying to just get to a combat to see what this looks like. I think I like the silhouette. I'm not so sure about this bottom fog now with the silhouette in context. I don't know what it is about the bottom fog. I think I just need to make it look more foggish. But how to do that? That's a good question. Anyway, I do want to put fog over this as well. Oh wait, how am I going to do that? That might not look good, actually. One thing I can try, we can just duplicate this environmental fog, put it here, kind of situate it here, and then inside of my material, make unique recursive, fast noise light. Just test it out real quick. So really the section that I'm trying to focus in on is just like, what does the fog look like over here when it's over top of the silhouetted elements? I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's a little bit too busy, but if I can get a more subtle fog effect going that just kind of wafts across here, I think that could look really cool. Especially if it stays like low to the ground in this little section here and doesn't go up so high. And of course I would need to, you know, do a gradual fade out so there's not this hard edge here. But I think that could look really cool. Yeah, if you just kind of focus in on this part right here, like, you know, midway up the tree down to like the ground level, if you just imagine that section only, I think that looks pretty cool. It's like sleeping with a ruler underneath your pillow. How else would you know how long you have slept? Oh, that's funny. Dad jokes are my guilty pleasure. I'm really not a dad joke or pun guy. I don't even have kids, but the older I get, the easier they come to me. Yeah. It's the destiny of everyone, I guess. Try a particle emitter and have it emit them sideways like dust in the wind. I'm not sure that would give the same kind of effect. It could work, but I'd have to play around with that. Looks very busy. Yeah, I mean, it's busy. I just put this over here as a test. If you imagine it being a little bit less frequent, maybe make it black and make it clouds at the top. Not a lot of sky to work with, though, I guess. I can make black clouds at the top. That might work. That might work. I mean, I could even use the cloud color from the main menu. Oh, I can't go to the menu. These clouds here, purple. I don't know, there's a lot of ways to do this. I have 4 kids, so mine are really bad, yeah. Hello, Jorgen, welcome back. I'm no pun guy, but I rap better than mushrooms are at being fungi. All right, that's good to know. Also debatable. Also debatable. Okay, I need a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, we'll try to do some more stuff with the fog here. Again, it's largely just experimentation. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, is it going in the right direction, or should I just do something else? I think, personally, I think it's going in the right direction. It just needs a lot of tweaking, but let me know what you think in the comments, in the chat there. I'll be right back in 3 minutes, and we will continue on. Hello everybody, I'm back. I think the hard edge might make it read busier than it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and address that then. Adam's having kids for all of us. Looks good to me, all right. It's too active to be fog, looks more like something nearby is on fire. Fog is slow and you almost never see it moving. I've one in elementary school, one in middle school, one in high school, and one starting college. I'm done. That's a very even spacing. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So this fog here. Trying to think of how I want to do this. How do I want to do this? This color rect has this. Announcement background.gd shader. I think I might be able to just reuse this. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's duplicate this. Silhouette fog. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll take a color rect here. So we're gonna get rid of this. Let's get a color rectangle going. Put this here. Do I want to do that? Let's do this instead. Let's put the color rect under there. Something like that. That is definitely too busy. Okay. I'm just modifying this shader to be the way that I want it to be. Okay. We don't need any of those. Don't think I need that. Don't think I need that. I have no idea how that's going to look, but let's take a gander. That fog up there looks kind of good. I think it's a little bit squished though. So let's... I wonder if I can just fix that. How tall is this? Layout. It's 30 pixels tall. I wonder if I could just... Can I set the height to 30? Will that... Oh, okay. That makes it less squished. Also kind of changes the vibe a little bit. Okay. It's a very squished noise texture. Maybe I'll do 100. Still moving a little bit too fast. I have the noise speed way down, so I guess I probably need to... Oh, noise... I don't want noise scale. Let's get rid of that. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that does. For how long have you been making games before they started becoming income? Your work is awesome. Thank you. I've been making games since I was 14. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Visney. And I'm 30 years old now, so 16 years. On and off, of course. It's not like I spent, it's not like I worked on games 8 hours a day every day for 16 years, but I've always been interested in making games. I've always made them as a hobby. It wasn't until recently that I started taking it very seriously. Do you have a set frame rate for animations? Perhaps fog noise updating too frequently? There is no such thing as a frame rate in this game. I'm not doing frame by frame animations. So yeah. All of it's like either procedural, like with the fog, or it's, tween animations, which are also kind of procedural. Depends on what your definition of procedural is, I guess. Or I use the animation player. Firebelly doubts my freestyles. I meanwhile blows mine with these rhymes. See, I'm another tier high. Okay. Continuously update the noise, but skip over updates to match the sprite animation frame rate. Yeah, there's no sprite animation frame rate in the game. I wish I knew at least what the F is going on shaders before writing them on my own. Are all the devlogs available for this game? I can't seem to find them. Was hoping to go back and see how you made the borders and grids expand and general UI process. A lot of the work of this game has been done on the live streams for sure. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know where the grid stuff would be. That would be very early on, probably. And in terms of like actual devlogs, like produced videos, I haven't made any of those yet. The first devlog will be launching maybe either next week or the week after that. And then I'll start a devlog series for this game on a semi-regular basis. Definitely an improvement. Yeah, so I think the fog up here, maybe it's still a little bit too busy. I wonder if I can either make the frequency less. Oh yeah, less frequency might do it. Let's see. There's so many different things to tweak, from the shader values to the noise. the noise value. Oh, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Now I'm almost wondering, do I even need that bottom fog? If I just hide that. Yeah, this space still feels very empty here. How do we feel about the fog up here, though? Would it be better if these parameters were uniforms? Not necessarily, because once I have the parameters set, I'm not going to change them again. So, yeah. And I don't really intend to make this shader reusable. Yeah, that's right. I want to make a poster of that guy with the caption "hang in there." A motivational poster. A hanged man with the caption "hang in there." That's funny. Maybe it was me. It looked like they went so far back and then stopped. Looking real good. Can't wait for the demo. Yeah, I think this fog looks okay up here. Yeah, I agree. It feels empty, but it also looks better with just the top fog. I don't know if I just need to tweak the bottom fog here, or if it's just this bottom fog is just not going to work. I wonder if I made it less... If I do this... Where am I at? Here. Let's try just a different mask here. Where's my brush? Let me select a brush. Oh, here. What happens if I just do this? Well, this is not a combat encounter, but it's okay. I don't think it looks foggy enough. Maybe, let's see. Hold on, let me try some things. Let's put more octaves. I turned down the number of octaves. That might be too aggressive. It also might be too fast, like some people were saying. That might be too noisy, but let's just take a peek. But I do agree the bottom half needs something interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just going to be able to get away with just doing fog down here. Although that doesn't look terrible. Maybe that's a little bit too busy. Hold on a second. Let's try something like that. Looks less busy now. Fog looks good. I think you need either some detail in the foreground. Could you make some simple art piece that makes it look like the health spheres are lighting up grass behind them? That might work. Let me skip. Where's the skip button? There it is. I'm gonna have to address some rendering issues here. So I've got a little bit more subtle, slow-moving fog at the bottom. Do we like that or no? Rolling fog, yeet! I think the top fog really gives a sense of depth and a sense of place, but the bottom fog mainly fills up space. I don't know, tricky. Yeah. Hello, Royale. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Seppo. Welcome back. You could use the light up the ground effect to highlight your different scenes, getting the player's attention. I don't know what you mean, Z-Panzer. Also, welcome back. If you want to elaborate a little, or welcome to the stream. If you want to elaborate a little bit on what you mean by light up the ground. I like this better than the larger fog that I had before, because it's a little bit more muted. It's a little bit more in the background, but I still don't know if I like that bottom fog there. I think the top fog works really well. I do like the top fog. I might even make the top fog slower, actually. Wonder if these could be the same shader. Edge fade. Oh, I have the edge fade distance. No, they can't be the same shader. I should probably figure out how to unify a lot of these shaders, but that's okay. I mean, maybe I could. Let me think. Can I do that? I actually think I probably could unify some of these shaders, but I've got so many shaders, it's unreal. Anyway. Did I make the fog slower, or did I... Wait, did I even do anything? Oh yeah, I turned it down. Why can't I see... Oh, I'm... Never mind. Pay no attention to me. Probably change it so it wouldn't get too caught up in the look of it. Just try to get the feel you're after. Try changing the permanent noise to another one. We can try that. So your anvil, you can have simple faded decal ground around it to make it stand out from the black background. Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'd happily have the top part as my desktop background, actually. Really? Well, that's good. Okay, that slower moving fog looks nice. I like that. I kind of like the contrast of, you know, this kind of fades from black into purple, and this fades from black into purple down here as well. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm still not totally liking where this is going down here though. Hello, Snupbill. I almost said hello, IDR. Hello, Snupbill. Thank you for the IDR 10,000 super chat. Very much appreciate that, as always, with the message yummers. We love the message yummers, don't we, folks? Can we get claps in the chat for Snupbill for being such a dedicated yummers soldier? Welcome back, Snupbill. Always good to see you. Let's get some claps in the chat for Snupbill, for the yummers that we always look forward to. The idea of making a 3D renderer has been stuck on my head. Probably should try to make 3D games in Godot. I made a 3D renderer in college. It was not fun at all. But that's just me. Chef's kiss on the top fog, pretty but doesn't distract from the board. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I just wish I had something better for down here. Yeah. You don't want to get into like a framework paralysis. There's the claps. Well, yes, I am IDR. Thank you. All right, so let's see. I mean, somebody said, who said it, to play with the fog or the noise type? Environmental foreground fog. I do not know what the difference is between these things. Fractal, Brownian motion, ridged, ping pong. Not really seeing a whole lot of difference in any of these. What happens if I turn the octaves up? No, it doesn't do anything. Offset, what does this do? Oh, interesting. Oh, you could scroll the texture by changing the offset. Interesting. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Nice, thank you, Fizney. So yeah, I don't know what to do about the bottom fog. I think I need to probably think about that some more. Let me do this. I want to try to unify the fog. This may not be ideal, but let's see. Is it worth the effort to do this? I don't even know. We'll try it. Basically what I want to do is fill that in with black here. Oops. Okay. Oh, this might be too big actually, but so that can kind of be the fog mask, I guess. Combat environment fog mask. I'm going to change this a little bit. What in the heck? There we go. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'm going to hide the color rect here, but I'm going to copy the material. Paste it here. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. What is going on with me today? Here we go, paste. Okay. Actually, we'll rename that to environmental fog. Why is that texture still wrong? Put this here. That'll work. Is silhouette fog used anywhere? Let's get rid of this. We'll add a uniform for this. Uniform, sampler, 2D, fog, or no, noise, speed. No, uniform float. What am I doing? I hope I didn't ruin this, but I think it'll be fine. Let's see. I realized black fog on purple background object would probably look super cool. Yeah, that probably would look cool. Oh, I did ruin it. It looked better before. How did I ruin it? I think I just need to turn this down, maybe? We're gonna get rid of the noise scale. I think maybe because it was more squished. What happens if I just do like a... Oh, that's not good. Maybe 512 is the one I want. Oh yeah, that'll work. Still might be a little bit too... Wait, I can change the step here too. That's probably what I want. So let's add a uniform... uniform float alpha threshold 0.5. We'll put this here, or maybe that should be noise threshold. But then I can turn it up slightly in this one. Okay, did I get it back roughly to where it was? Let's see. This is the rough part about shaders, is you can tweak something the way that you want it to be, and then you better not touch it, because then you can't replicate it. I think that looks fine, though. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Basically back to where it was, but the benefit now is that I don't have a bunch of different shaders doing the same thing. So this shader down here is the same as this shader up here, with some configurable parameters. What do we think? Still looking okay? For the bottom, yeah, so the question is, do I want to put a... Because in order to have black fog... Oh, so you're saying black fog on a purple background object would probably look super cool. So yeah, the question is what background object would go down there. Maybe a foreground could be something like a wavy grass field or something so that the fog idea isn't repeated. Yeah, wavy grass, how would that work? Graveyard of fireflies or spooky souls wandering around. You know what? The firefly idea... Interesting. What are we drawing today? Hello, Defected Gaming. Welcome back. We are doing fog effects. Does everyone think the fog up here still looks okay? Fog effects and environmental background art. So I think I can get rid of this now. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Delete. Okay. Fireflies, huh? merge redundant fog shaders. By the way, I don't know if people saw on my X, formerly known as Twitter, Steam has officially approved the playtest build for Alchemortis. So basically, there's nothing holding me back from going live with everything, which is exciting. Well, the only thing holding me back is I need to record and edit a devlog video. Because again, the plan is to release the devlog, the first devlog for this game, which is going to be like an edited video, then release the Patreon and the Discord at the same time as that, as well as the playtest. So the way it's going to work is the devlog will be announced. I'll share the links to my Patreon, to my Discord, and then anyone who signs up for the Patreon will get early access to the playtest for a handful of weeks, and then the playtest will open to the public. So everything I do is going to be available to the public. It's just that Patreon members are going to get certain exclusive perks. So like early access to the playtest builds. Patreon members will also get early access to any new YouTube videos. Patreon members will also have exclusive Discord channels. But again, for the most part, everything's going to be available to the public. It's just that, yeah, the Patreon members will have, certain early access to things. And also the highest level Patreon tier will give you unlimited access to all of my course content, as well as Alchemortis credits. So when the game releases, if you can opt out of this, but if the game releases and at any point during development you are subscribed to the highest Patreon tier, I will put your name in the credit list in the game. So, gonna be kind of fun, I think. Is there going to be a sky like a moon and clouds? Oh, a moon. A moon. Very interesting. Excuse me, cat, can you stop sneezing, please? Thank you. The Alchemortis moon. That's kind of cool. Maybe it's a little bit too much. I don't know if the creators are working. Could make the moon smaller too, but I don't know how we feel about that. There was something else I was going to do before I got distracted by the moon idea. Oh, the fireflies, right. I've made a firefly shader in ShaderTor. Do you want me to send it to you? Oh, no thank you, Clickertail. I have a firefly effect already built, but I appreciate it. That's huge. Give playtest. We're getting there. We're getting there. You know what? Just adding fireflies like randomly into the play area would actually be super cool. Of course, they have to be below everything so they don't render on top of anything. I think I'm going to have different background elements for maybe these events. How do you figure out what the minimum spec requirements are for a game? There's a good friend of mine, actually. He's an expert in this kind of stuff. His name is ChatJeepersT. You can buy his services for $20 a month. And what you do is you just go to him and you say, hey, I'm making a Steam game. It's a 2D pixel art game. Give me some minimum system requirements. And he just knows what he's talking about, so... But yeah, no, in all seriousness, Jack, I don't know. Like... My game is a 2D pixel art game. It should run on very old hardware, so I just kind of like... I just did that. I asked ChatGPT, I said, hey, this is a very simple 2D pixel art game. Supports OpenGL, you know, because you can do the OpenGL like compatibility rendering flag. And obviously I double checked the requirements that ChatGPT spit out and made sure they were sensible. But yeah, that's basically... If you were doing a more technically demanding game, a more rendering demanding game, I have no idea how you would determine the minimum specs. I would imagine you would need hardware of a bunch of different configurations that you could actually test on. But my strong suspicion is that most developers, especially indie developers, don't do that. And they just kind of make a best guess, you know. I don't know how else you're supposed to do it. Can I pay in bad jokes and puns? You can try. What about me in the credits? I may, I don't hold me to this is not a promise, but I may take some of the regular viewers and just add them in the credits regardless if they pay for the top Patreon tier or not. Because there's a lot of people that have been here for a long time and who have given super chats and who have just generally been around, so, and also made suggestions and everything, so I think it would be nice to add people in. Bless you to the cat, yeah, seriously. Don't let him talk to you like that, Azir. Just a simple human doesn't understand cat intricacies. Do we need to take you to the vet? You've been sniffling and sneezing a lot. You've been sniffling and sneezing a lot. Okay. Alright. Having clouds in front of that moon would be badass. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Do we like the moon? I think the moon is kind of cool. It'd be cool if the moon was creepy like the Soul Eater moon. Not sure how difficult it is, but you could put the moon and sun added earlier into a big and slow rotation. Oh, that might not be that hard. Let me think. I don't think it would be that hard. The problem is if there's a sun, it might look weird with the sun being like this color, you know, but nothing being lit up. But that might be okay because these are very far away elements anyway. So the silhouette might still work, but yeah, I don't know. Great, now I'm singing that Firefly song. Oh, don't remind me what it is. I don't want to be in your predicament. I don't need anything stuck in my head right now, thank you. Is this game inspired by Bone Razor Minions? Not necessarily. It's a very different game from Bone Razor Minions, but I think the styles are pretty similar. I think Bone Razor Minions has more of like that vibrant retro feel. This game's colors are a little bit more muted, not necessarily retro. But I think it's very similar because Bone Razor Minions has a very, very tight color palette that it rigidly adheres to as well. So there's certainly similarities. But yeah, there's not much that's inspired by Bone Razor Minions, at least not directly. You do some little tufts of grass, maybe rocks to fill the black space between the top and bottom. Chat Geppetto! Pay to win to get into the credits, yep. Like the moon and clouds was my idea. Yeah, maybe just a small background highlight on the outside edge, if the moon is there. Yeah, maybe. What are you doing, cat? What are you doing? So do we like the fireflies on the screen here? Do we like those or no? We'll do one thing at a time. So yes or no to fireflies. I still don't like this background fog that much. What if I just made, I wonder if I just made that fog super thick with 2 C's. If I take this environment fog and let's just turn down the frequency quite a lot. Let's just turn down the frequency. Make it just real thick. Maybe not that thick. You could also have the moon hidden low at early stages, but as you move closer to the boss fight, it gets higher and clearer. Ooh, that's a good idea. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Make the moon random change the phases. Fireflies are cool. Awesome. Keep the fireflies. All right. The fireflies are dope, but I think they should be more spread out. Oh, you mean like the individual clusters of them? I'd probably have to edit the... These fireflies are for the map, so they're a little bit more clustered together. So I could create just one particle system, slap it in the middle, and just have them spawn around. People like fireflies. Okay, good. I always like fireflies for night scenes. Yeah, it does. It does. The other night, actually, a couple weeks ago, I guess, I went outside and there were just tons of fireflies. It was very magical. Very magical. The first time I went outside in months. On my phone, they're hardly noticeable. Yeah, I got you. Thicker is always better. Oh, and the lyrics. No. We're not doing this. Nope. Nothing fun happens in a straight road. How do we... So there's a thicker fog down here might actually be better. I think I like the thicker fog, actually. One thing that's awkward about this now is that this transition here... I mean, this is looking better. This is looking better for sure. The problem is the transition, because of the way the fade works, it just blinks out of existence, or it blinks into existence rather than fading in. So that's a problem. What I might have to do is animate those in instead of fading them in, because the way that the fade shader works is it cycles through the color palette. So it'll go down to the next darkest color, or if it's going the other direction, it'll go up to the next lightest color until it hits its target color. The problem is that this is the darkest color besides black. So if you're trying to do a fade in, or if I'm trying to do a fade in, it just goes from black to purple immediately. And so it just looks like it blinks into existence. So that's going to be a little bit jarring. I might have to, this might look okay. I might just have to pull down, like do a pull down animation where this just comes out from the top and settles down here. I don't know if that would look weird, but I don't know if I'd have to figure out something about that. Anyway, stop sneezing. Well, I attend Steam Next Fest, not this upcoming one, no. I made the mistake with Gunforged of participating in a Next Fest before the game was ready for release, so that if I do participate in a Next Fest, it'll be very close to the full release of the game. And actually, honestly, I haven't decided if I want to release this game in early access or not either. So I gotta figure that out too. But whenever the game releases for general public purchase, early access or not, I'll participate in the next fest that's closest to that date. Is the fog going to be animated? The fog is animated. It's just very slow. Fog is better now. The slow frequency sells the scale and helps the background fog look far away. Awesome, yeah. I like the clustered firefly, sorry. Okay. Poor cat just can't stop sneezing. Yeah, we gotta take you to the vet, huh? Do we gotta take you to the vet to get you some medicines? Why are you sneezing? 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 Why are Can you purr into the mic? I don't know if you could hear that. Why are you sneezing? Why are you sneezing? Oh. All right, anyway. So what's next? So there's a lot of work to do here. I'm kind of arted out though, if I want to be honest. But I think made good progress here. I kind of don't want to end this stream though. I still want to work, but I just don't know. I'm sick of doing art. Kitty, yeah, love the cat. Everyone loves you, Azir. You're a celebrity. Okay. Anyway, let's see. I think it's looking good though. I think it's looking much better. Certainly much nicer than having the just a blank space. And the question is, do I want to give myself a bunch of work to do in terms of creating different silhouette backgrounds for all the different events, or do I want to find a way to do a unified thing? Maybe I'll just change. I'll have to think about that. It might be okay just to use the same background and then change the background when the game's phase changes. Because again, you're going to be fighting different factions of humans. And so after the first boss, I could trigger a change which changes the background art. That might be acceptable. I do want to play around with the moon and the sun cycling idea. I think that could be cool, but yeah, we'll have to think about it. We'll have to think about it. Let's do an actual play test here. Let's get the menu in place. Let's turn off the player cards. Okay. I think the cat is just a bit cold and needs a warm bed or something just to warm it up. Yeah, he's been roasting all day, so he should be nice and toasty. Take all button for boosters. I do have that written down, but now that I have control click in place, I think that's less of a need. So I can go to this booster here and I can select ritual cards and then just boom, boom, boom. Let's go to this combat here. Skeletron. Probably better to do this. Have you ever considered commissioning out your art needs? I understand it's difficult to do when you can do it yourself. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not doing that. One, it would take a lot of effort to find somebody to replicate the style. Not saying that artists can't replicate the style, but just like trying to find somebody who's responsive and easy to work with, who can also replicate the style pretty faithfully. That's just a whole extra bunch of work. And also, I don't have the money to do it, so it's kind of a moot point. It's kind of a moot point. But depending on how the Patreon goes, I may be able to get some help with things. Because I would love to keep up the video production too, but that's a lot of effort. But if I could get somebody to edit videos for me at a reasonable price, that would be nice. We'll see. We'll see. Azir, stop. Should we alchemize again? Okay, well that didn't really make a difference. That's okay. Artifact time. Maybe make modular elements, compose different backgrounds from those, so not full unique, but not fully handmade either. Yeah, that could work. Or maybe getting an artist involved in Firebelly. I'd move the different elements around just to add some randomness. I might be able to do that. Azir, stop. It's not attention time. It's game dev time. Must have missed that. That's cool. I think you did. Yeah, I think we did that on a day where maybe you weren't around. I don't remember actually. But yeah, boom, boom, boom. Easy to go. Easy to use. I need some board increases. Board size increases. You know what I could do for the transition in and out for these art pieces is just, again, noise, but then have it like noise dissolve out to black. That might work. Lots of things to consider. Do I want to do some enchants? Let's see. Nice. Yeah, the kitty. I get you regarding commissions. I'm a full-time 3D artist at a larger studio. Whenever I work with freelancers, I end up feeling I'm spending more time trying to steer them than doing it myself. Yeah, that's a big problem too. Converts all damage dealt to preserve. Let's do that. Get wrecked. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Okay. Booster. We can visit the shop after this. Editing is such a long and tedious process. I love doing it, but I don't think I'm good at it. Or dither patterns for the fade out. Yeah, that could work. I'm not really using dithering anywhere in, like, there's dither up here, but I kind of want to redo this art too. I don't know. There's lots of stuff to figure out. Lots of stuff to figure out. Let's see. Let's do an enchant again. Increase turn cooldown reduced by 1. Let's do that. Health increase, probably want that, yeah. And then upgrade a card. Gain 5 additional blood, starting combat. Okay, we'll just upgrade a card. Let's do this one. Okay. That works. Ooh, disabled the cat. Very nice. Cool. Does there need to be an attack flashback from the enemy board? Like a hit flash effect? Is that what you're referring to? Well, none of these are good. Oh, boss time. Okay. Okay, this seems like a relatively easy board. I should be able to beat this. Oh, especially it's going to reset the bosses. No, maybe it's not. Nope, the boss got his attack off. That's all right. I think I won this. Very nice. 3 skeletons, let's go. Like a true necromancer. Cool. All right, that's a playtest. It's looking good. It's feeling good. I like it. Lots of room for improvement around the place, but I think that, yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, the next step is basically just to collect a bunch of feedback, and then the next phase of development will largely be based around that feedback, but also actually getting the full game experience in place with the run progression, because that's a very quick, getting to that first boss. Like I said, there's going to be 3 or 4 bosses that you fight in a single run. And so getting it closer to be like a half hour or so experience, I think, is going to be good for a run. And yeah, got that sweeping line going from the skells, but I never see one coming back. Oh, that sweeping line it's only for certain attacks. It's not for all attacks, it's for things that target specific cards. In that case, it was the Bell ability, which was alchemized onto the skeleton, which resets the cooldown of a random enemy card. And so that effect is just telling you basically which card it affected. But anyway, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to keep working on getting everything ready for the playtest launch for you all. So yeah, I'm very excited to do that. But again, Alka Mortis is available for wish listing on Steam. It's the first line in the description below, so check that out if you're interested. And I would appreciate any wish lists. And yeah, we're getting very close to the playtest. Very, very close. Thank you again, everyone, for joining, and have a great weekend. I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably at the same time. But if I don't see you, have a good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you also on Monday. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.